And welcome to the round one review. Joe, we don't have any previews yet. This is just after All-Star break. I am Hoodie Modest, having the trophy right here, looking for 27 in a row, Joel Gibson. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull it out against Doug. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, dude. Feeling pretty good.
Excellent.
I hate to hear that you continue to win, but it is what it is.
Look at them stat lines, baby. It looks like somebody's going to keep winning. I don't know. I can't say for sure. But boy, are we putting up some lines over here at Hoodie Modest Camp. Let's just get right into it. We'll talk a little bit about my matchup with Doug. To his credit, he's down 11-2 right now, and he is nowhere close to beating me at all. Doug, I love you, but you stand no shot. I have a 5-player advantage right now if I do absolutely nothing. Now, you have your 16 ads, so if you want to start cycling, now's the time, big fella. I warned you last, I guess, a week and a half ago to start cycling. You didn't play ball when you could have. That being said, you do have a bunch of injuries, and I can respect a man that knows when he's beat. And Doug, you are beat. 27 in a row. Joel Gibson, what do you guys say about this?
Yeah, the other thing for Doug is Jalen Johnson out for the year. You could say that Jalen Johnson is his second best piece.
I agree.
When him and Ball are out for an extended period, it was really tough to fend off anyone, let alone the defending champ in the first round.
Let alone the Goliath that is Mr. Modest, that is the reigning champion. I got 24 double-doubles already, Joel Gibson. I got 24. I'm going to put 2,000 up easy in these next 5 days. You are going to have to put in some work to go at me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I would have loved to have seen Doug cycle, but I also understand that some of these guys he probably didn't want to drop. Probably wants to see what they look like next year. Guys like Jamie Vaquez, I can never say his name. Herbert Jones.
Jaime Jaquez. As Josh Lloyd calls him, Triple H. Jaime Jaquez Jr. He calls him Triple H. So you can call him that if you want to.
But there's several guys that are like borderline owns for Doug that he probably wants to just hold and see what they look like next year. So It's a good season, Doug. Maybe I don't see a comeback in the next 5 days.
I don't either, and that means 27 straight. Oh, that sounds real good. That sounds real good, Joel Gibson. It sounds so good to me. With that being said, we're going to jump now to the consolation bracket. We always start with the champs matchup, so we're going to get out of the playoffs here. We're going to talk a little bit more consolation because I think there's been a little bit of rifting going on in the consolation here. I just want to get your thoughts after this first matchup. It is Kyle versus Steven. Kyle's putting up a fight here at 6-7 against Steven. Now, with a loss at any point, Steven's pick falls to the number 4 pick. There's no debate about that. If Steven loses at any point, including the next round, he goes from a possible 1 to the 4 spot. And there's no other situation. Kyle wins here, and there's a chance that Kyle can take the 2 and the 3. And I think that's Kyle's best chance here. I think that you might have a little bit of an edge on the 1. But a win here from Kyle would certainly make things interesting. It kind of knocks Steven out of it altogether. And I think that you might want to see Kyle more than Steven. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's a fascinating battle of doesn't care versus not good. And we're just not sure who's going to take it away.
Yeah, and Kyle has no free agency money left. So it is just him versus Steven.
And Steven, I don't think, cares to stream. So
Why would he? I mean, he has no, unless Cody's in his ear, like whispering, like, if I'm Steven, I probably don't care very much.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a fascinating battle of not good versus doesn't care. And I think Steven's going to pull it out, but it's way closer than I thought it was going to be.
It's way closer than I thought it was going to be as well. The funny thing is even if Steven advances and then you beat Steven, Kyle still gets the 2-3. So Kyle's in a no-lose situation at this point, other than to just be like, I was the one that beat Steven, and I at least had a shot at the number one pick for this year. The next matchup is Joel. You're winning 11-2 against Jake. As we know, Kyle controls Jake's pick. So, it doesn't really matter here. And I think we need to talk a little bit about this Cooper Flag riff, Joel Gibbs. I just want to get your thoughts on video. We have to document it. I have to know what you believe is going to happen with Cooper Flag. Lay it on us.
He's coming to the league. I'm not going to stress about it. Everything's going to be fine.
Excellent.
That's all I got for you.
Would you like to know what Hoodie Modest believe is going to happen?
Sure.
All right, he's definitely staying in Duke, and he is not coming. You better turn out some alternatives, and you may have blown a tank here? I don't know, because I like the 2 and 3 too. So even if you don't have a flag, it's still going to be an interesting spot for you next year. But that also makes all of next year's bad teams pick all the more valuable. And we're going to run into the same situation we have this year, where I'm going to have to name the consolation bracket Capture the Flag 2. Like, it can't be Capture the Flag. It's going to have to be Capture the Flag 2. I hate Duke, and if Coop doesn't come, I think you might hate Duke too. It'll be great.
He's coming.
Okay. You're going to win this matchup, no problem. I don't think there was any ever question on that. Now, heading back to the actual playoffs, we have 2 blowouts that we can talk about real quick. Cody's murdering CJ. CJ's out of free agency money. I don't see any situation, even with Greek in that knee. I don't see any situation where CJ comes back. Only because CJ has like 7 red flags if you look at his team right now. It's really sad. It's really sad for CJ. I think he needs to start getting younger, maybe going for some more picks instead of spending picks. But I expect Cody to maintain this lead and move on to the next round.
Just real quick, do you think Ben Simmons is going to break out in a Clippers jersey?
No. I think he's going to be the same Ben Simmons we've seen all season. He's probably going to sit back-to-backs. He's going to get, 25 to 27 minutes there. He's playing with, I don't know if you know this, James Harden is still on the team, okay? So even if you say, James is going to play off ball, Harden is going to be controlling that. And you can tell me that Simmons is going to play the 4 and they're going to play small with Zubac. I'm not buying it. I just think that he's a 25 to 27 minute a night guy. And don't forget, Kevin Porter Jr. is on Milwaukee now. Never mind. Simmons has less competition for minutes at point guard.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. Ben Simmons breaking out.
Breaking out hard. Next one is another blowout. It's Neiman taking care of Phil. Neither of these guys have been on the wire. I don't know what's happening. I literally don't. Neiman, you can argue he doesn't have to be on the wire because Eric and Phil are not on the wire. They're without Davis, obviously. So they're behind the 8 ball. They should be the ones on the wire. They also didn't set their lineups Monday, I believe, of last week, that was Luka's first game in LA. I think it was Monday of maybe Tuesday. I can't remember which day it was, but the first time they could play Luka, he was on their bench. So, at the end of the day, I'd rather have somebody that's at least setting their lineups move on to play Cody than somebody that doesn't care despite having 2 owners. So if they are watching this video, and I mean this sincerely, set your lineups. Set your lineups. For God's sakes, you're in the playoffs. At least put up an effort in the playoffs. Hell, Doug has been setting his lineups most of the time. And he has to go against a juggernaut like me. Like, at least just click the little buttons. Click the little buttons to put the people that are playing into the lineup. Neiman's going to win this matchup. Neiman Cody in the second round. Book it.
Yeah. Just to echo a little bit of what you were saying, I've just been confused as to that team strategy, talking about Eric and Phil all season. I'm hoping that we see a little bit more of a coherent strategy next season. I know that it definitely hurt them not having Chet this season, but felt like they could have gone a direction instead of no direction. So, anyways, Neiman's going to win.
Yeah, they're like the Orlando Magic. They could have gone a direction, but they didn't go any direction. Last matchup is the closest matchup, in my opinion, even more than Kyle and Steven, because I still think Steven's going to win that one. That one's kind of without Kyle having it. But Adam and Matt. Matt has 8. Adam has 5 right now in the 4-5 matchup. And, I mean, based on their seeding, this is exactly what we expected. An extremely close matchup. But again, I find myself saying, where's Adam on the wire? You know what I mean? Where is Adam on the wire? I am not 100% sure if he knows he has that many ads. But he's losing to Matt. And I am more than willing to bitch slap either one of these two that decide to win. I don't care which team wins. Does not matter to Hoodie Modest at all. I am just saying, like, this could be a little bit more competitive if Adam wanted to cycle. Matt has been doing a little cycling, so he has a little bit left. I know he's trying to conserve his money just in case he makes it to the championship, but he's not gonna. So if Adam starts cycling, I think that Matt starts cycling, and we at least get a little bit competitiveness. But I'm going to take Matt here on the road. I think he's going to win, and I believe, and I'll have to check this in the archives, if Matt wins this matchup and I beat him next round, I will have beaten him every season out of the playoffs since he won his Fantrax championship back in, hold on, I have the trophy right here to tell you the year. It was so long ago. 2018, 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
a long time ago.
That was definitely a long time ago. I'm happy to eliminate him again on my way to a 4th straight championship. But I'm going to pick Matt here.
I also am going to stick with Matt here. It really would be pretty devastating if Matt didn't win in the first round. He gave up 3 years of his future to me. And if it resulted in a first round exit, it would be hilarious. But he's pretty invested in making sure that he gets at least past the first round. After that, I mean, he needs...
He's going to run into a buzzsaw is what you're saying. He's going to run into a big old buzzsaw.
I was going to say, he needs like a plane to go down or something, like an act of God.
Right, okay. So if I'm to take it right, you have me and Matt moving on and Neiman and Cody moving on. Those are kind of our picks here. Do we want to take early round championship pick? I'll do an early round championship pick. I think it's going to be Mr. Modest and Cody, and Modest is going to be the home team, and he's going to jab slap the shit out of Cody. I'll say it right now. I'm going heavy into it.
I mean, we have anyone who has been monitoring the league has seen this matchup as what is going to shake out in the championship. I mean, Matt may feel differently that he might be able to get there, but I do think he's going to get crushed next round, and then feel pretty good that Cody is going to make it on his end to the championship. As the reigning champ, I would pick you right now. But, maybe the fantasy gods will shine on somebody else.
Maybe 4 of my top 5 players will go down, and then Cody will have a shot.
Cody, give him hell.
I just wanted to throw that in at the end here because I am on it now. I am Hoodie Modest. I am Hoodie Modest for the rest of the season. It's championship time. It's 4 in a row for time. It is Wendy's all day, fo. I'm getting this championship, and I'm hungry. I haven't had to cycle against Doug. I have money to spend, and when you look at the championship round and I'm able to throw $2 when Cody can only throw 1, and I am the best player on the wire, bar none. I have proven it year after year, Joel Gibson, and nobody can talk about it because it's true. I am going to win this championship. I'm calling my shot. Babe Ruth, I'm pointing to the stands in left field. I'm winning this championship. Welcome to Villain Modest as I go for championship number 5. You guys wanted it. I gave you 4 years of nice Mr. Modest. Now it's time for Villain Modest. And nobody wants Villain Modest, Joel Gibson. Nobody wants him, but you're all going to get him.
Well, I know you were busy sucking your own dick there for a minute, but I just want to let you know the best ad on the wire this year was Dyson Daniels, and he was not added by you, mister. So
that's all right. It only matters in the championship, and you let me know if Dyson Daniels is going to be in the championship.
He will very likely not be, but if you are the best on the wire, why did the best ad not come from you, sir?
It didn't come from me last year either. When Doug added Jalen Johnson, it didn't come from me last year either.
Best on the wire, my fucking ass.
Best on the wire comes down to cycling and knowing who to add when. That is what's best on the wire. Not best cherry picking, not best investing into the future. It is best adding when the chips are on the table and it's time for the championship. And guess who? 3 years in a row, we're counting on 4 years in a row, has been the best cycler in the league, bar none. You tell me his name right now.
So, if I get this right, you think Derek Lively being picked up by me last year was the biggest ad of the season?
No, because you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it right. The only reason why Lively was on the wire is because I was beating that ass on Phil last year, and he had to drop him. So I don't care what you're going to say. You give the champ his due. Who is the best playoff cycler in this league? Say it. You don't have to say Hoodie before it. You have to say his name.
Listen, if we're talking cycle versus best ad, I will, for right now, I will secede that you are the best cycle player in the league. But when I come back and I'm actually competing, I'm going to give you a run for your money that you have never fucking seen.
Excellent. I was doing a bunch of hand motions and holding up the trophy as you were saying my name right there. And it felt really good because we all know the answer. You could have said anybody and it didn't matter. every one of the people watching this video, they know the answer, and it's going to be the same until I get beat. And even then, you're probably going to be like, well, he did a good job on the wire. That being...
Brandon, I want you to take that trophy, put it on the ground, and sit on it.
I have tried. It's just too big. I can sit right on it. Then I'm worried I'm gonna break it. All right, guys, 20 minutes. That's it for your review. Joel, thank you so much as always. Thank you, everybody. Great playoffs so far. We'll be back Sunday. I put the ballots out. Can we turn our ballots in just like in a relatively... Even if we do like the regular season awards at the end of the season, that's fine. But I just want participation. Is that so much to ask? I send these ballots out. I work hard at this shit. Like, just be respectful and give me your ballots, okay? I don't care who you put. I don't care who you vote for. Vote for yourself all 12 times or 10 times. I don't care. Your votes won't count. But at least you turned in a ballot. We had a few unanswered ballots last year, and I don't like seeing that. So please just turn in your ballots.
Upset of the year, Joel over Cody.
Third straight MVO, and maybe continued unanimous strategist? I don't think so this year. I think I'm going to lose strategist this year. Strategist. This year, Joel Gibson, because I haven't had to do too much strategy. I've just been beating everybody's ass every week. So, tough to say it took a lot of strategy to do that.
I don't know. I'm voting Neiman MVO. So.
See you guys.
Bye.